Yo, what's going on, internet? The Black Hokage here, aka TBH. And to be honest, I'd like to welcome you guys back to the Game Illuminaughty podcast. We are about to have fun on episode 91, but before we do, allow me to introduce you to my co-host, the first of which was on time today. He's the Florida man. He's UTX JG the Don. Say what up to the people.
What's good? Here for another podcast. We are punctual, but someone is not.
And my second co-host just woke up. He's late, but they say better late than never, I guess. Say what up to the people, Ethos. Let them know what's going on.
I'm a UPS man. What's up?
And our guest for today is a Patreon backer, goes by the name Iro. He's not a Fire Lord, but he's coming with the hot take. Say what up to the people. Shout out to you. Shout out your social medias, all that.
What's good? Glad to be on this joint finally. You know what I'm saying? Been a long time fan of GI. You can follow me at twitch.tv /_Iro plays. Boss Pliskin on Twitter. You already.
Yo, let them know how you spell Iro, because you know motherfuckers gonna be like, yo, how you spell that?
Yeah. It is no H. It is IRO, not IROH. Please.
Yeah, I gotta help you out on that one. Do not underestimate how slow people are. And if you want to appear on the next episode, be sure to back us at Patreon at patreon.com/GI updates. You can also take the show on the go. This podcast is available on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, and all other major podcast outlets. And be sure to download the GI app, available on iOS and Android. Before we get into the show, my opening statement, I just want to let everybody know, I don't know if you guys are aware, but starting next week, Instagram is going to be testing, they're going to be removing public likes in the US. They're going to roll it out in beta. So if you guys know any little THOTS or whatever, you know, they put all their, or males too, it could go both ways. They put all their self-esteem and likes, you know, watch out for them. They might be on suicide watch next week because they're removing the likes. Shout out to social media. Oh, before we get into the show too, freebies. On PlayStation, you guys will be getting for free in November 2019 Outlast and Nioh, which is really weird. Why didn't they do that for October? Like the spooky shit, but whatever. Free is free. And then on Xbox, you guys are getting Sherlock Holmes, The Devil's Daughter, The Final Station, Star Wars Jedi Fighter, and Joyride Turbo. I don't know what any of that is. And on PC, you'll get Nuclear Throne and a Ruiner. I don't know what any of that is, but it's free. And by the way, the PC games, that's for the Epic Games Store. But now that we got all the freebies out of the way, let's get into the main conversation. Let's talk. Yo, it's a lot of games that came out, or a lot of things that came out since the last podcast. And the first of which we're going to talk about is Call of Duty Modern Warfare, because I think that's the one that everybody in here has played. What's the name? Since you the guest, Iro, let's get some high takes on this. What are your likes and dislikes about Modern Warfare?
Oh boy. I haven't been into a Call of Duty in a minute. So after I played the beta and I liked it, I was pretty excited. But god damn, this PC port, man. This fucking PC port is killing me. Whenever I get the game running and shit's like good, like it's fine. I like the multiplayer. The new modes are pretty interesting. Gunfight is super cool. I like the 2v2, like intimate little battles and shit like that. I'm glad they finally nerfed some of those guns, because the fucking 725 and that M4
What was going on with that? Because I didn't play this game a whole lot. What was going on with the guns?
Nigga, it's literally a shotgun. That's a fucking sniper rifle, bro.
You remember the Akimbos from
the 1887s or whatever, the slave gun?
It was like that fucking bad.
That's the best way to describe it. It's like, it's kind of heinous how fucking bad that gun is. It's good, but like it's too good. Like you'll like one shot niggas from across the map with a fucking shotgun. So like they had to tone that shit down. I didn't get to play the campaign yet, which I'm still gonna try to do. But my biggest complaint is just the PC port is really fucking annoying and it crashes a lot. But other than that, I like the gameplay.
Crashes a lot. What about you, Jay?
All right, so unfortunately, I think that we have been fooled once again.
Big yikes.
We were all excited to get the game, and Activision once again finds a way to bring like the most cheesy stuff into the game, and we all know what that is. First of all, and Ethos can attest to this because we played on their first night, and I made a clip of it on how my time of Call of Duty was going. The Claymores, bro. Like I've never seen such a heinous display on like something that wasn't really a big issue, but somehow became a big issue. There should be no reason why Claymores would still be on the map when someone dies. Like what type of sense does that make? It's like we're doing Last Stand all over again. Why are Claymores still in the game when someone dies? Like that makes absolutely no sense. So people just dropping Claymores left and right because they know this. You've already talked about the shotguns, which I personally, I haven't been killed by, but I see the ridiculousness of the shotgun. The M4 still, like, that's a beginning assault rifle. Why is it so strong? Like, you literally don't have to use anything else. It's just those little things that end up turning into one big thing and makes the multiplayer experience so bad, so terrible. So once again, I think we've been fooled. Like, even Siggy, the biggest Call of Duty person in GI, he doesn't want to play the game. He's stuck on Apex right now. So that should tell you something if he doesn't even want to play it. I think one of the only saving factors for the multiplayer is, again, just the fact that crossplay actually works. But I will have to agree with Iro when it comes to the PC version. I personally have not dealt with the big issues, but I fully recognize and acknowledge the issue that the PC version has. My main issue is with those stupid shaders. What the fuck? I don't understand why you have to download
shader
the
warfare
every time you start the game. I don't. What do these shaders do anyways? Like, it literally messes up the game. Nobody wants to wait 10 minutes for those shaders every single time that you start the game. It's like you download the game all over again. Like, I don't understand that. Like, it makes no sense. When I was playing the campaign, the cutscenes were lagging a little bit, and again, I think that's probably because I didn't wait on the shaders when I was playing. But even when I did wait on the shaders, it was still lagging a little bit. So it's just like little things like that. Again, it makes the PC version unbearable. But I would say the one positive that I do have, minus what I did say about the frames when you're going in the cutscenes in the campaign. The campaign story is actually pretty good. I've actually been enjoying that part. I would try to get back into the multiplayer, like playing with some of my friends who are on PS4 and Xbox, because I know David wanted to play forever. But other than that, man, like, I'm not rushing to play Call of Duty every night like I was back in the past, like in the Modern Warfare 2 and the Black Ops days. Like, I'm with Siggy there. Like, I'm rushing to play Apex. Like, that seems to be the best shooter right now, or at least for me, that's holding my
Respawn know how to make them shooters, boy.
They really do.
Yeah, they do, and it's funny because they came from making one of my favorite Call of Duty. So
go ahead and drop that Titanfall.
Yeah, so I'm not a fan, man. Like, I really am not trying to get sucked into the next one, because right now this Modern Warfare ain't it. Like, I just feel like people are just, again, playing because they want it to be good, and really it's the definition of insanity right now, just continuously playing it, expecting different results, and they're just not giving it to us. Like, they did come out with an update, but I still don't feel like it helped the overall experience. I'll try it again, but I don't think it's going to change.
What's the name?
And the map sucks, bro. Like, let me see. The map fucking sucks.
God,
wait. I got this shit sucks, bro.
Bad, bro.
Jesus, it's crazy too. Like, I'm pretty sure most people saw, at least listening to this podcast, saw my video about how I uninstalled the game. But just to clarify, because I saw some comments on there, I think there's some console gamers that don't understand why I uninstalled the game. Like, if the game was just regularly just crashing, I would have been a little annoyed, but I would have tried to reboot it and give it another chance, maybe even restart my computer. But the game gave me a blue screen, and getting a blue screen on PC is not the same as getting a blue screen on PS4, like when the game crashes. Like, a blue screen on PC is a serious hardware issue that could ruin your entire computer if you keep allowing whatever program that is to do it. So nope, you get one chance with me. I uninstalled that. I said, I am not even risking it, boy. This is Call of Duty for Call of Duty. This isn't fucking maybe Cyberpunk. I might have gave it another chance, but like, this is Call of Duty. Fuck off my hard drive, bro. What about you, Ethos? What'd you think of the game?
Yeah, this game was a mess. I should have known. Before this game came out, I even said, I was like, I don't know how we can really be excited for Infinity Ward, the guys that brought us Infinite Warfare and Ghosts for the past 2 iterations, and think that just because they put wool over our eyes, they made the game look good. The game looks great. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably one of the best looking games. Like, it
does look nice. I can say that it really does.
Really
it's
good.
Pretty.
It's very pretty. The campaign is very pretty. I will give it credit. The campaign is one of the best that they've done, like, for Call of Duty in a long time. It might be in the top. It's probably in the top 5. But multiplayer is a like unbalanced mess right now. The M4A1 is just like a god gun. Like, if you don't run that, you're just asking to lose, because it's just too good. They did, to be fair, they did, by the time of this recording, they did nerf it, but I've not played the game yet to see if I feel like it's different. But they nerfed the 725, but people will say it's still pretty strong. And then apparently they nerfed the damage range of the M4. So those are like my two biggest guns. I was like, yo, these got to get nerfed. On top of that, the footsteps were too fucking loud when the game came out. So everybody was just sound whoring and just like hiding behind corners and waiting for you to come to them, just listening, and then they'd shoot you before you could even react. And right now I know people say, well, every Call of Duty people camp. I still feel like this game people camp way more than normal. I mean, in Black Ops 4, I never experienced people camping.
The maps seem really dark.
It's the game, dude.
It's the game. It has to be. All the past 4 Call of Duties that I played, I've never experienced this level of people like hiding. I haven't experienced people hiding this bad since like the Modern Warfare original trilogy. Like Modern Warfare 3, I think was the last time I experienced this level of people just hiding. And then on top of that, like the shader thing is annoying. Every single time I boot this game up and go back to the menu, I'm getting with like a shader issue. Every single time we play it, there's like a party issue where like we're all playing crossplay, which is nice. The crossplay is really awesome. That's probably the best thing in the entire game. We're all playing crossplay. We all leave it, and then like weird things happen, and half of us have to reboot all of our games in order for us to like leave the party. It's just so much ground war. I know some people are hyped for it, but I really didn't like it in the beta. I kind of don't like it in the final game. It's nowhere even close to a Battlefield version of Call of Duty because it's just a mess. Everybody's just like running around with like a chicken with their heads cut off. There's no organized chaos on the mode. It's just chaos, and people are just hiding on top of buildings, just sniping from you above. It's just not fun, at least in my opinion. I don't find it fun and entertaining. I've been playing like the regular modes and kind of having fun, I guess. I'm like almost max like 55 or whatever, but I don't know, man. Like the funny thing is, I said this before and I'll say it again. The funny thing is, every single complaint, if you think about it, every single complaint about this game for Modern Warfare, every single issue with it, everything that people don't like about this game is literally the exact same things that were wrong with Ghost. Literally every single thing that was wrong with Ghosts is the same things that are wrong with Modern Warfare. And it makes perfect sense because it's from the same studio. But that blows my mind, like that we didn't see it earlier, that like everything they were talking about was exactly things that they were trying to do with Call of Duty Ghosts, and people hate that game. So like if they don't really fix and really quality of life this multiplayer, I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna say it, and I don't care if I get slandered for it, but I'm gonna say it anyways. This game, in my opinion, will be just as bad, if not worse, than Ghosts, and I don't think we're gonna like it. So
yeah,
a lot of work to do.
This if I could add one more thing to it, I would say this is why I stopped giving like definitive opinions on like early access and previews of games that I've gotten. And because first of all, understand, Activision pulled the wool over everybody's eyes. I don't know if you remember when we played Mass Effect Andromeda early Ethos. We got to play it like a few weeks early. And what we got to play, like, it wasn't what they released in the final version. It was a vertical slice. So when the full game came out, people was coming at us crazy. Why didn't you tell us about all these glitches and bugs and shit? That wasn't in the version that I played. Yeah, I played a vertical slice, and that beta from Modern Warfare is the same shit. It was a vertical slice because I had zero issues with the Modern Warfare beta. The full game comes out, it's complete dog shit the way that they run. This is a brand new PC. I don't want to hear it, bro. They didn't test this game. So it's like, this is, understand, like, don't go so hard on some people because they might not have known, people who get early access to games. Like, these companies be fooling people with these vertical slices and shit, and they did it to everybody with this beta because y'all hear it from Iro. It's not just me that was having, when I posted that video, if you go read the comments, half the comment sections are saying the same thing. All this thing does is crash my fucking PC. And what I also learned is apparently it's crashing Xboxes too. It's hard crashing the Xbox too. Apparently it only runs decent on the PS4, which is a conspiracy theory in itself, because don't they get the maps first too, all the content? Kind of interesting.
No. They only have a survival mode, which already came out. They don't have, like, they got rid of that, so no one has it.
Find it kind of interesting. The Xbox is crashing, the PC version is crashing. People were saying they had the same exact audio issues as me. I'm like, I'm good off this, bro. I'm on. It's really disappointing because I was actually looking forward to this game, and it just makes you jaded. It's like, see, this is why I don't get excited for nothing.
The beta definitely fooled me too. It definitely did, because I was hyped off that shit. I was like, damn, bro, I ain't been Call of Duty in a minute. This is gonna be nice. And then
As I said,
we all did.
Stop
Again,
attacking people. It's just video games. These companies be out here fooling people, boy.
Yeah, again, I just felt like I think that with the crossplay announcement, like everybody was like, "Oh yeah, like we all get to play against each other." The console wars kind of started back up. We're getting excited about the lobbies and the toxicity in there. Like it was a lot of other factors that like made us slightly excited. But again, when the game came out, it was just the same thing. And again, like Ethos already touched on it, but like, why in 2019 like we're still doing the same things that we were criticizing the Call of Duty community about in the past, like camping is a really big thing. People say that we don't like campers, why you right there, but you're still doing it, you're still participating in it in 2019. I don't understand.
This game
you're still playing toxic.
It almost seems like these maps were designed in a way to just give you too many places to get shot from at like any given time, because you'll get shot from like a building to the left, somewhere behind you, somewhere like far off. Like these maps are designed to like let niggas camp.
It's like they don't test the game or something, or the people that they're testing, the people that are testing it might be just regular developers. Like you got to bring in some people from the Call of Duty community that knows how the Call of Duty community thinks and be like, I think you should tweak the map this way because this is what most people are gonna do. They're gonna sit in this dark ass corner with a claymore and wait for you so they can get a free kill and shit.
And you see, that was another issue. Now, while they did bring in some Call of Duty veterans, like when they were testing the multiplayer, they brought in a lot of Fortnite dudes. So what are they really going to do as far as feedback? Like they don't play this type of game. They play Battle Royale. Even if they may have played in the past, like they're not a staple of the Call of Duty community. Like one of the main people is Dr. Disrespect. Like, yeah, he was there and he's still shitting on the game. Like he actually, was working with some of those teams in the past. And he like, yo, like this is dog shit. Like I don't want to play this. Like what is going on? So like you need to actually listen to those people for the direct feedback, not just bring in the person just because they have a lot of followers and they're popular on Twitch or YouTube. Like and actually listen to them, because it's a difference between just giving feedback and actually listening to it and implementing it. So like this game shouldn't have came out how it came out.
What really sucks too is I remember after Ghost, I was like, fuck Call of Duty. And then I took a couple years off, and then they introduced, what was it, Black Ops 3 was the first game they introduced the beta. So there's like, try the game out for free and see what you think. Yeah. The beta got me to come back to Black Ops 3. And now we're at a point where I can't even trust the beta anymore. And it's like, I might just have to retire, bro. I don't know. This ain't it, the Call of Duty. Like we moving into a new generation.
How long for people go back to Black Ops 4?
Right, this wasn't so bad.
Everyone hated Black Ops 4, bro. That's crazy.
The cycle is repeating way quicker than it used to. Activision, it might be time to invest in some new IPs, man, because this ain't it. But it is what it is. They just came out with some new maps and people are really liking them, but that's because of their old Modern Warfare 2 maps, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean that's in itself a fucking funny joke that like they have to rely on old maps to. Like, damn, like y'all couldn't make good new maps. Like it's always like the old things that we've been playing year again. But I mean, people fuck with it. People love those maps, so fuck it, just bring them back, bro. At this point, I just need better maps. Like I just want to see if they bring back the old school maps, if it actually improves the game. It makes like people actually move. If it makes them move, then fuck it, bring all the old maps back from Modern Warfare 2 and 3. Just do it.
I knew that game had a problem when I was in a Nade Shot stream the other night, and this man was just the old Call of Duty champ. He was leaning in the chair, visibly red. Like he was like, "What is this shit, dog?" I was like, "Yo, even the Call of Duty champs, the vets, they even like, nah, this ain't it, bro. This is funny."
It's frustrating, bro. It's frustrating.
I'm glad I uninstalled it. Y'all can't give me an L for that. I get a W. Uninstall the world. Another game that came out since the last podcast was Obsidian's The Outer Worlds. That is an semi-open world RPG that takes place in space. Some shenanigans going on with the colony and the government. I don't want to spoil too much, but it's a choose your own adventure, create your own character, dialogue trees, first person shooter, but also melee combat, got deep customization. Ethos, what's your take on The Outer Worlds?
I love it. It's basically if Fallout New Vegas and Mass Effect 2 fucked each other, it would end up being The Outer Worlds.
This guy, he couldn't just say a baby. He put an emphasis on fuck.
I have to, because that's the type of game it is, bro. It's a very provocative, funny ass social commentary on capitalism. and I like that. So I like it a lot. It's just a more refined Fallout without all the bugs and glitches. It has the companion system of Mass Effect 2 and like the friends that you walk around with. And it has the the combat of Fallout, the choice custom of good Fallout games, not Fallout 4. Fucking hate that game. This one actually genuinely where your choices matter. You could actually use your talking abilities. Half of the game really I avoided a lot of BS and combat in this game by literally just slyly talking my way out of things, which I thought was really cool. And manipulating people. I thought that was a pretty cool thing that you don't see a lot of RPGs doing anymore. A lot of them seem to be regressing in deep hardcore skill trees and stats and stuff like that. But I'm glad to see that Outer Worlds brought it back. So right now it's probably definitely in my top 5 this so far. Ooh, damn. Yeah, it's probably my top 5 this year. Highly recommend it if you're an RPG nerd and you've wanted to play a good old school tiled RPG. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, this is, first of all, it's sad I have to say this, but this is one of the most optimized games of the year. I had 0 problems, no glitches, no stuttering, nothing. It ran perfectly on my PC. Mwah, just a fun experience. I agree with Ethos. This is one of my favorite games of the year. I think I'm the only one that actually beat it here because I beat my games. You guys are playing Call of Duty.
I beat it. What are you talking about? I beat it way
Are
before
you kidding me? Oh,
I beat it long before you.
Don't you even get started.
You were
bitching about Modern Warfare when I beat it.
You must have ran through that shit then. Jesus.
I mean, I beat it in 20 hours.
Yeah, you ran through it. You didn't do a lot of the side missions.
I did all the side missions. I literally was on stream trying to do side missions because I didn't want to spoil the main ending for people in my chat. So I literally ran and did all the companion missions. I ran and did all these little side missions and stuff like that. I think maybe there's maybe some 5, a couple of that were on the what was that shit called? The spaceship, the big ass spaceship with all the buildings inside of it. I forgot what it was called. Yeah. And you of all people talk about running through it. You went around just killing everybody.
No. I did not do that. I did not do that. When they disrespected me, and that's when. First of all, hold on. The way Ethos played, this is a compliment because me and Ethos played the complete opposite. This man said he manipulated and talked to everybody. What I love about this game is you literally can kill whoever you want in this game. There was literally a mission where the chick was I needed some card key to get into a room, and she's like, I'll give it to you if you go do this for me. And I'm like, I just shot that bitch in the head, bro. And then I robbed her. I'm like, yo, this game is fucking lit, dog. I was like, I'm fucking with this shit, dog. So you can literally solve the problem any kind of way that you want. And I only did mass genocide when people disrespected me, but I tried.
You only? You just only?
Yeah. Because the thing is, once you get into it with one person, then the whole town wants to fucking attack you. You're like, all right, well, I'm gonna light this bitch up, and I still beat the game, bro. I still beat that bitch. I don't want to hear it. Deep customization. It has actual realistic black hairstyles. We got to give kudos to Obsidian for that.
Yeah, true.
It's got replayability because there's multiple endings. It's just a lot of fun if you want an old school RPG that you can get lost in. Also, what I really like is that I'm really sick and tired of every game being just this massive open world game. That was the problem with fucking Breakpoint. You drive 30 minutes to a freaking mission just to finish it in 5 and drive 30 minutes back to the fucking other to turn the damn mission in. There's a bunch of different planets, but the planets are a right little size. It's one of those games where it's as big as it wants you to be, where you want it to be, because you have to explore every nook and cranny to find everything. But it's not just massive for no reason. It wasn't overwhelming, and I appreciate that. I wouldn't define this game as linear, but it was a little bit more linear than
it was open linear.
If that makes sense. Yeah, it was somewhere like what they call the new restaurants fast casual. It's fast casual. It's not fine dining, but it's not fast food either. It's kind of somewhere in the middle. So shout out to the Outer Worlds, one of my favorite games of the year. Did you play this, Jay?
I did not.
Oh, you suck. What about?
It's not my type of game because I was never into Fallout or anything like that. So.
Did you play Mass Effect though?
Yeah, you played Mass Effect.
I did play Mass Effect. I played.
He played 5 minutes of Mass Effect 2 and gave
I feel like you would like it.
A little bit.
Yeah, because
we'll see. It may end up on my back burner because I got a lot of games now.
You got to play Mass Effect. If that remaster comes out, which I got a feeling it is, you got to play through the whole trilogy, bro.
Oh yeah, we running that.
Ace can do it. You can do it.
You really compare me to Ace for the Cubs.
Absolutely. Oh, and the funny thing was, I think the fucking level of disalignment that JG had while he was streaming was you didn't play Mass Effect 1. He went right to Mass Effect 2 because people were like, yeah, one's kind of outdated. No, this was a funny thing. He got to the part where you meet Garrus for the second.
I was in there. He was lost.
No. He was like everybody in the chat was like, "Oh shit, it's
So I
Garrus,
didn't
it's
react,
Garrus."
yeah.
And then JG was like, "Who is this nigga, yo?"
Yeah, like,
That's why you have to play the games in order.
Y'all losers are talking about. Shut up.
This man spoiled the game for himself and didn't even realize it.
We were in the chat like, "He's the goat, the goat."
Oh my goodness. What about you, Iro? Did you get a chance to check out Outer Worlds?
I checked it out for a little bit since it was free on Xbox Game Pass. So shout out to that.
Okay.
But yeah, the PC version is pretty clean. I only played like a couple hours of it on stream. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. I'm kind of with JG on this one. Like I'm not like super big on those like deep customization RPGs, but I might give it another try. I appreciated the first off, the character creator is really, really good. Like I'm with you, TBH. Like I could make like a black person that didn't look stupid, like had good hairstyles, all that other shit. Besides that, after doing like the first like couple of missions, I like that you can basically handle any situation any way you want to. So you don't have to be like a nice like diplomatic type of person. If you want to just go and kill everybody, they'll give you that option. Like it'll be a little bit more difficult because you got to waste more ammo and resources, but like you still get that option. And I appreciated that. I might step back into it.
Okay. What's the name? It's like he said, for those of you that are kind of on the fence about RPGs like this, it's only $1 on the Xbox Game Pass, and that's available on PC and Xbox. So I mean, if you're looking for something to play and you don't want to waste a bunch of money, that's one way to access the game. Shout out to the Outer Worlds. We gotta still see what that Star Wars is hitting for, but so far this is my favorite game of the year. I gotta play Astro Chain 2. That's on the backlog.
Fire Emblem.
I really feel like that.
I'm still
Star
on the
Wars
fence
is gonna
about that.
suck.
Really? Why?
I don't know, man. I really want to trust EA.
It's
dog. Like, I
Respawn.
really
It's
do,
Respawn.
bro.
You gotta have faith.
I
It's
know, bro.
Respawn.
I'm
not
trying to
gonna lie.
have faith, bro. I'm so jaded
Respawn
off
will
this shit, though, bro.
Respawn can do it. You
I'm not
gotta
gonna lie,
trust Respawn.
this sounds stupid, but the main character's face, it just bothers me. I don't know why. Like,
Bro, same, bro. I gotta be honest. That shit
It's
don't
the
look
Joker.
it looks weird, bro.
Yeah, that's because he's the Joker.
He
That's
looks like
why.
a crack baby. That's what he looks like, just deformed or
I
something.
mean, that's how he literally looks in real life.
Oh my god.
I
Like
got
he was the
Origin-
Joker in Gotham. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's why it's
That's
it's
a
kind of
yikes.
jarring for some people. Like
Okay.
JoJo saw it. JoJo watches Gotham, and so he watched it. He was like,
So that's
"Is
a
that
trend.
Joker?"
That's the trend. That's a trend that's here to stay, because it seems like the first game I seen do that was Battlefield Hardline. It seems like every game nowadays, whatever voice actor's in it, they put his face in. That's like the new thing now.
That shit's weird to me, dude. It don't look right. It's like really fucking uncanny to see these actual humans in like game form sometimes. It just don't look right.
And my question is, if now that they're animating the voice actor's face into every game, is it really voice acting, or are you just like is
being yourself.
yeah, being yourself at this point?
Well,
My
funny
head's
thing-
starting to hurt.
Yeah, like in Death Stranding, like Norman Reedus, his character Sam feels like Norman Reedus. Like I can't tell the difference between like him, how he regularly acts, and the character. Like it seems like it was just be yourself. That's literally all you have to do is just be yourself. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's for example, that pedophile Kevin Spacey when he was in Advanced Warfare.
Whoa.
He's a Subway eater.
You gotta qualify it.
I mean, he like he wasn't jarring to me. Like he looked like perfect for the world. Like I think it depends on which actors you're using. Like I think it also happens with like Mortal Kombat, right? Like Mortal Kombat, all the characters in Mortal Kombat are based off of literal people in real life. Like you could actually find their model. Like for example, I think all the girls, like Jade is actually a real person in like real life. Like you could actually meet her model and you think
Well,
it's
that has
the
nothing to
exact
do with graphics. That dates back to the original Mortal Kombat. Like that's just like they use that digitalized style.
Well,
like,
no. It does have to do with the graphics because like this is like photo. What is it called? Photo. I keep fucking forgetting. It's called photorealism, but it's photogrammetry or something like that.
Photosynthesis.
What is it? Also, like Modern Warfare uses it. Modern Warfare's like actors look very similar to how the actual characters look in game, and like this is just ways that people can do to make character models look that like more realistic. But the problem, what you're talking about too, and I think Mass Effect had it too, you start hitting the what's called the uncanny valley. I'm pretty sure you've heard of it before, but it's basically like where somebody tries to make some like a virtual character so realistic that like your brain can't understand it, and so it looks jarring to you, even though like it's supposed to look like a real person. It just feels off to you, and that's probably like what you're seeing in Jedi.
No,
It probably looks cute.
because when I see other people's faces in the games and I recognize the actor, it doesn't bother me. Like when
No.
played
I'm
Blade,
saying,
he played the dad in Madden. And I was like, oh, that's Blade.
no. Yeah. No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about specifically when they hyper detail a character's face. Sometimes they do it. Sometimes they like. It's not like it's an art style, but it's specifically how you render and like the detail and like how you did like 3D scans, if you will. Like when you're using scan machines, I think 2K does it too. But like 2K, it's not really that jarring for you, right? Like there's a little bit of stylization in the character, so they don't look like one-to-one exactly how they look in real life. But certain games that push that level of like photorealism, it can seem a little jarring. Like in Death Stranding, there's certain characters where it can feel a little jarring. It's hard to explain. If you're curious, I'll stop here. If you're curious about it, just like Google the Uncanny Valley. It can detail it better than I can. But it's
he looks like a Twitch streamer with a lightsaber. I don't care.
Oh my god!
Good lord.
What was we talking about? Oh, the Outer Worlds. And then we're off that. Death Stranding. I know you played this one, Jay. You spent some time with it. I honestly don't care nothing about this game, so I'm gonna let y'all take the floor on this one.
God damn.
Well.
How far you get, JV?
I played 3 hours, so since you take up to 6, you play like probably 6 hours or so.
Yeah,
that means JG needs to talk for at least 5 minutes, and because Ito's played 6, he needs to talk for at least 10. He needs to double it. All right, there you go.
So yeah, the game is definitely in the beginning exactly what people thought it was. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put my own commentary on it. Like, we ain't UPS out here, we DHL, bro. We worldwide. So literally, like, it is like you're just delivering packages of drugs at first to different areas.
You're literally the plug. That's literally your job.
You are the plug. You are the plug.
You're pulling weight. Yeah.
You're like the best courier in the US, and you bring your stuff from one place to another. And again, there's a lot of confusing elements. Obviously, this is like a movie format because if you play any Metal Gear Solid, so you know how long the cutscenes are. But I would say, like, as far as the positives on that, the cutscenes look freaking amazing. But like, if you hop in at any point of anybody playing this game, you are going to be utterly confused. But here is what I got from it so far. So the game is basically like a Make America Great Again type of story, and like literally they like say that, but they don't say Make America Great Again. That's why I found it hilarious.
Make us whole.
Like, I was like, as soon as they say Make America Great Again, I'm gonna turn the game off. But yeah, they like so they say Make America Whole Again. So instead of states, now it's United Cities of America. So I found it utterly hilarious.
They did that in Assassin's Creed Odyssey too. That's funny.
Yeah, it was like, like this is what we're doing now. We're not doing states, we're doing cities. So you have to connect the US again, and you have to bring everybody back into the UCA is what they call it. So that's like the gist of the game. Obviously, there are a ton of different elements in the game, which I'm sure Ethos can explain further. But like, if you want to know like what's going on right now, you're delivering packages from one place to another. Each city needs supplies, and you need to deliver it to them. And obviously they're like, BTs and mules, which I found that funny what they're called mules, because they're like, you're like a drug mule, and you have mules out here chasing you out. So they're kind of like bandits as far as I got right now. I'm sure that they'll give a better explanation later. But like, if anybody just wants like the gist of what's going on right now, that's what the game is. And yeah, it's up to you to decide whether you'll like it or not. All right, people, let's talk about the holidays. Now, I know it's crazy early to talk about the holidays, but if you're like me, you don't want to go through another holiday season taking closed-mouth photos while everyone else is grinning ear to ear. That's why I'm getting my photo-ready smile now with clear aligners from Candid. Candid aligners can help straighten your teeth faster than traditional wire braces. Treatment takes just 6 months on average. An experienced orthodontist who is licensed in your state creates a custom treatment plan. Then they show you a 3D preview so you can see how your teeth will look like when you're done. Candid aligners are comfortable, removable, and completely invisible. Candid ships your aligners directly to you, so there's no hassle of going to an orthodontist office, and Candid costs 65% less than braces. And with each aligner purchase, Candid donates $25 to Smile Train, who brings safe, 100% free cleft lip and palate treatment to children around the globe. I'm going to have a photo ready smile by the holidays, and you can too. Go to candidcode.com/GI and use code GI to get $75 off. That's candidcode.com/GI, code GI for $75 off. candidcode.com/GI, code GI.
Which part of the game is fun? That's what I'm trying to get at here. What are
your questions? What are your questions?
No, I don't have any questions. I'm just trying to figure out which, because you're explaining what you're doing. Which part of the game is fun to you, though?
So, do you want to go, JG?
Like, getting further into the story, because, like I said, this is basically like we're watching
Like
a
you
movie.
love that story, nigga. It's a video game. What's fun about it?
That has gameplay elements. You're like playing Tetris with the bricks, bro.
Oh no, that is kind of fun. That is kind of fun. I will.
Nah, this dude Ethos was I came in the street. This man was sitting there like falling on his ass, trying to deliver the shit. So Ethos, go ahead, man. Tell us what you're doing.
This game. Okay, so I get why everybody was losing their shit trying to review this game, because this is some weird fucking game. I think it's pretentious to act like this game is like the most amazing, like, deep shit you've ever. It's actually very basic. Like, I actually have not witnessed anything in the game that I couldn't decipher or understand. I feel like people who are like, yo, I can't understand what's happening, I just are like I don't know. It's not even that complex to understand. It's like the first 2 hours, I knew everything what was happening. I was like, okay, I understand basically how this world functions. The funny thing is that somebody brought it up in my chat. Basically, do you remember when we had a podcast a couple hours ago and you asked me to guess what the story was or what the whole idea of the game was?
Yeah.
Before, like, we had it? I was actually, somebody told me, they went back and they said I was actually like pretty damn on point with what the game actually ended up being, which I thought was pretty funny. So that, you know, that's a little pat on my back, Negro Damas out here. But it is basically a UPS simulator. Like, you're moving packages from like one point to the other. I'm not gonna lie, when JG pulled in and when I started playing it, it's true, bro. The beginning part of this game is boring as fuck. I almost fell asleep. Honestly, like, I literally had a cutscene. I went downstairs, I made some popcorn, I got me a drink, I came back up, and they were still in a cutscene. The beginning is just loaded with exposition. I think like this game fails at like showing and not telling. They just spam you with just information. They make all these convoluted like loops on reasonings on like why things are this, why this is that. I think it's different when you like play certain games where some games are like, fuck it. It's like the Mass Effect meme of like, fuck it, it's Mass Effect. I ain't gotta explain shit to you. Or, you know, like, or it's just simplistic shit to explain like why they can gump down complex ideas and things of how the world works and make it simple. I feel like this game fails at that like really badly. Like, it's just like Kojima's just like struggling, like, yo, I gotta make this shit seem like so overly crazy and complex, but it's really not. I would say the reason why I was streaming it for so long is because I couldn't figure out if I was like gonna uninstall it or actually play it. I got to like near the later half of like part 2 and into part 3, and it started to get better. Like, I was like, okay, I'm actually getting interested. I would say when you get the bike, that's when things get much more fun. Like, because you're not walking everywhere, you can actually like drive around and run people over and shit. It's kind of like GTA shit. So like, that's kind of fun. But I wouldn't say I don't really think like this is a type of game that you play to have fun. I don't know.
What does that mean?
So it's an interesting game. Okay, do you remember back when you were younger? I don't know if maybe you had the same experience. I feel like everyone had the experience. Do you remember when you were younger, you played those Flash games? Do you remember a Flash game called it's like called Co-op or whatever it is, where like you had to be an Olympics person. You had to use like the keyboard to walk forward, but it was like your person would look like stupid trying to like, it would be very difficult to make him walk. So you had to get into like this pattern.
The only
of, like,
Flash game we acknowledge around here is Teen Titans. Okay.
Hold on, there's more. No, hold on. Now you can't be disrespecting the stick fighting games. Now, hold on.
And Helicopter.
And Runner, Cobalt. Anyways, but that was, if anybody in the chat remembers that game, that's literally the game in Death Stranding. You're like literally like trying to prevent yourself from falling over and like busting your ass on and like eating grass. Like trying to move all these packages. And
so
shit.
basically it's like, you know, when you grind in Tony Hawk and you had to balance, like it's that, but you're just
it's literally it's like Tony Hawk. It's like Tony Hawk, but like
sensational.
So like, yeah, like you're doing that. There is some light like little like MGS stealth elements, but nothing like crazy complex like it was in MGS.
It sounds to me like the game isn't that deep. It's just a little weird.
it's a weird game, but I wouldn't qualify it as a deep game yet. Now it could change. Like I could get to like a point in the game.
Yeah, this is first impressions. Let's clarify that.
Right. Yeah. Like right now, like it's just very, very simplistic. I'm like, okay, I understand this. Okay, I understand this. Okay, cool, whatever. Maybe what reviewers said, I think I can't remember, but I believe they said like once you get to a certain point in the game, things start getting very like weird. I'm not gonna lie, there is something in the game that like I don't know, JG, if you got to some parts with Amelie, but I was like, I feel some very weird sexual tension, and I'm pretty sure they're related. I'm like, I don't understand.
I'm like, this your sister, bro. Somebody said that in my chat too.
I'm not the only one that feels that. Okay, because I was like watching these scenes, like this feels very strange to me, and I can't pinpoint. Like, I'm like, I feel some very Alabamian things right now in these cutscenes.
Wow, don't just put that on Alabama, Louisiana too. Come on.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just put it on all this. I'll put it on Georgia too while we're at it.
Yeah, so I have a lot of questions about that. Like, it's going to leave you with.
Are we sure they're sister? Yeah,
I don't know, but yeah, that's not the only questions. But basically, it's what it is, and then like you have the BTs, and I find this funny because again, this is no pun or anything, but the homo demons.
Excuse you?
The homo.
That's what they're called. The homo demons.
Okay.
Also, can I also say that apparently, wait, I don't know if you got this far, but I mean, we already knew this. This shit was public domain information. The way you fight fucking BTs is with literally your blood and your piss and your shit. You literally throw shit at people. Yeah, you throw shit at people. So
you're a monkey.
Someone told me that. They were like, yeah, your piss is going to be important later on.
Hello, like, monkeys.
Hello, monkeys. Yeah. So it's a weird fucking game, man.
So like is this like a game of the year contender for you guys?
No, absolutely no. Absolutely not. No. There's like 5 games I can name off the top of my head that is better than this game so far. I feel like
me and Ethos are just like taking the hit just to see like
if
this game is gonna end up being like. But even if this game does turn up, I highly doubt this will be game of the year. Definitely not gonna be mine.
Yeah, definitely not mine. Maybe like for like Kojima stans who love Kojima and think he can do no wrong, they'll definitely say it's the game of the year. But like Jeff Keighley, I would be surprised honestly if Jeff Keighley makes this game of the year for Game Show. Like I don't think he can. I like it'll look too biased and like everyone will be like, "Are you serious? You really made this game of the year?" But I don't feel like this game is going to be game of the year. I think it's going to be considered some people's favorites, but this game is too decisive, in my opinion, for it to be like the community's game of the year. It's way too decisive. I feel like literally what I want to see is honestly, I want to see after a week, I want to see the PlayStation's trophy stats and see how many people get past episode 2. Because I have a feeling like the amount of people who are actually going to beat this game is going to be so like under 5%. I really believe that. So
yeah, you said under 5%.
Under 5%. I really feel like there's not going to be. I feel like there's going to be a lot of gamers who are not going to like this game and not going to like suffer through it to get to that point. I don't feel like they exist. So I think the only people who will go through this entire game are people who really like Kojima games or really like the weird shit or the story of the game. If you don't like any of those things, because it's not the gameplay, I'll be honest with you. I really genuinely don't think anybody could tell me in my face that they think this gameplay is fucking like they'd rather play this than play like any other type of like combat game. I really don't see like or an MGS game. I just don't see it.
I had more fun playing Red Dead.
I said it too. Honestly, real talk. Anthem has way more fun gameplay. Real talk.
Real talk. Honestly, Anthem definitely.
I feel like Anthem.
They're gonna leave it.
Here we go. I'm gonna get slandered. I know it. I'm still gonna stick with it. I feel like Anthem has way more fun gameplay than Death Stranding. It's the truth. I'm sorry. I don't care if you get upset about it. I don't care if you cry in the comment section. I don't care if you call me an EA shill. I might be. I am. EA, cut the check.
I might be. I am.
EA, cut the check. I'm doing your will.
Like, see you losers next episode.
Star Wars. Yeah, I'll see you fucking losers. Listen to me next episode. I don't care.
You got any hot takes, Iro, on Death Stranding?
So Metal Gear Solid is my favorite game of all time, which is yeah. So that's where I got the name Iro from, and you a real ass nigga if you can fucking figure that out. But basically, I've been kind of dreading Death Stranding because everything leading up to it, I just kept thinking, what the fuck is this game about? And I couldn't put my finger on it. And when I watched gameplay, I was like, this doesn't really look fun. And I honestly, it's kind of like with Red Dead. The reason Red Dead lost me last year was because the first 3 hours of that game is really boring and really slow. And that's what I'm hearing about this. And as much as I love Kojima and I really want this to be like the big fucking great game of the year for my favorite like developer and all that shit, like I can't defend that. Like I can't defend, I think if you're, because they even said it like leading up to the game, there was an article or some shit like interview or whatever where Kojima was like, just letting y'all know the first few hours of this game is going to be
slow as fun.
Right. And I remember just sitting, I was thinking, even you saying that's not acceptable. Like that's going to turn people off. And I think the best way to describe it is, and I want to ask every you and JG who played it, if this wasn't a Kojima game, it's just
I said the same thing.
A brand new developer, would you be playing this shit?
It would be planned. It would have didn't even give it a chance.
It would have been panned, and
I probably wouldn't
have panned it too.
Yeah, this game is literally based like that's the whole reason why people are excited, just because Kojima's name is stamped all over
the power of clout.
Yeah,
that's what
it's
I'm
literally
saying.
a cloud game. Yeah. Like I said the same thing. I was like, I had an argument, I think on my stream a while back with like someone who was like a Kojima fan about this. And I was like, is Death Stranding, I think I put a video, I uploaded the video, but it was like, is Death Stranding relying too much on Kojima to sell the game? And I feel like at the end of the day, after playing it, I'm like, yeah, I really feel like they really just relied on Kojima's name to sell this game. I get a lot of parallels with No Man's Sky when it came out. I don't think I'm not saying it's as bad as No Man's Sky, not by a long shot. I think the game is way more optimized. There's way more stuff you could do. It's way more interesting than No Man's Sky when it first came out. But it's still that same thing where like you're playing, you're like, what do I do in the game? And then when you find out what you do in the game, and then you realize the gameplay loop is very repetitive. It can get boring and you can just burn out very quick playing the game, to the point where like, in my opinion, it's just a glorified fetch quest game. The whole game is just a glorified fetch quest. That's literally it. And I just find it insane that like almost everybody who's a gamer has always said, we hate fetch quests. We hate side quest fetch quests. We hate anything that's a fetch quest. It's boring. And this man Kojima makes an entire game that's literally that. Everything that I've played has been literally just go here, grab this, go back, go there. That's literally all this game has consisted of. And like people are acting like this is like a brand new innovation of a brand new game genre called a strand. Like, no, it's not. It's people who say like this is a new game genre. No, this like people are like, oh, the online asynchronous element and stuff like that. It's like, no, there's been games before that have done this. Journey comes to mind immediately. This game reminds me so much of Journey. It's ridiculous. Except it literally feels like this game is just Journey, but with just more gameplay with like UPS. If you got the UPS man and Journey and you put them together, you literally get Death Stranding. So the only thing is like I don't have an issue with Kojima. I give him props. Like he is definitely a GOAT in game development. Like I would never take anything away from him of all of his achievements. But like I think I hate Kojima stans who like act like everything he touches is perfect gold and that he's above critique. I feel like this game can drastically be broken down and critiqued. And I'm not saying it's a bad game. I will be the ones who like, even if I'm like, the game has to really piss me off to make me uninstall and be done with it. But like, I am going to do my best to get through the entirety of this game. Cause I kind of feel like, you know, if I'm going to shit on it.
That sounds like a chore.
Yeah, but it's getting better to give the game credit. I'm on chapter 3.
This is great.
I agree with all
the world.
I agree with all the reviews. It's true. You need to get to chapter 3 in order for things to start to pick up. Is that right? No, absolutely not. I do agree with what Ira was saying. Like, you as a game developer should not be telling me that your game's going to take me 10 hours for me to find it, like for me to start caring about it. Like that's just a failure in my opinion. That's not like a good thing or oh, this is so different and oh, he's so daring to do that. Like, no. Don't say he's daring, bro. Say that's fucking stupid, bro. And so criticize him so he doesn't do it again. Because if you fucking keep hyping him and say, oh, well, people like that next time, you know, next time it'll be 20 hours. You'll have to wait for the game gets good or some shit to make some symbolic message. Like, nah, bro. Don't do
it. Like after like what he revealed when this game was first coming out, I just don't think that in Kojima's mind he wants to really make video games anymore.
He wants to make movies.
It's funny because he
make a movie. I would love to see this as a movie.
Yeah, like literally came out this week. He said he's going to make movies later on, and this is exactly what this is. Like I feel like with him being by himself, even though Konami is absolute dog shit for what they did, like it was a terrible situation what they did to Kojima.
They kind of controlled him.
yeah, I feel like they actually had like a little bit of experience when it comes to actually making a video game. And him by himself, he's always been that movie mastermind, and this is what this is. And but when I feel when it comes to the actual gameplay, this just isn't it. Like I just feel like that's not where his head is at. So he just needs to continue to make movies and leave this alone, if this is what he's going to provide us in the future with his company.
I agree.
I really just want it to be good. I do. I only got to see like a couple hours of the gameplay because I've already bought a couple games this week, and I don't know if I can buy a fucking third because Pokemon's next week, and I gotta stream that shit. But like, yeah, man, it's too much shit. And I just fucking spent $60 on the Red Dead PC port, which we're gonna get to that bullshit later.
Oh,
I didn't even put that on the notes. You can talk about it now. I forgot about that shit.
I could fucking go on for hours about that shit.
Call of Duty port bad.
Nigga, this shit is worse than
warn
that.
the people, man.
All right,
warn them, bro.
All right, I'll wrap up with Death Stranding. I want it to be good, but I honestly feel like I'm not gonna like it. But Red Dead 2, bro. In my I've only been gaming on PC for 2 years. Okay, in my 2 years of gaming on PC, I have never had a worse experience with a PC port than Red Dead Redemption 2. This shit, I got
fall asleep or like
no. So that's the thing. I bought it on PS4 last year, but I didn't stick with it because it was fucking boring at the beginning. So I said, fuck it. I'm gonna wait till they put this shit on PC because I know they're gonna do it. And so I bought this shit almost day one when it came out on PC, and it's been a couple days, and I have not been able to get into the game because it will not fucking start. It literally won't start.
It's always online?
No, it's not even that. So like Rockstar has their own stupid fucking launcher that just doesn't work. Like the shit, when I say it doesn't work, it dead ass doesn't work. I've looked it up too. A lot of people are having the same problem where they'll start the game and they'll get a message saying that it quit unexpectedly. Do you want to retry it or launch it into safe mode? Both options do not get you into the game. I've heard people say that you need to turn off your Windows Defender. You need to drop your antivirus settings. The shit that put me over the fucking moon was when they said, no, bro, you got to go into your motherboard BIOS and downgrade it. I said, I'm about to get a fucking refund, dog. I'm getting a refund, bro.
Oh, no, get a refund, bro.
I'm going into my motherboard.
You sound like me playing Call of Duty. Fuck that troubleshooting shit.
To the no.
That is the craziest shit I've ever heard.
That's bold as fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
That's hella bold. Wait, did Rockstar say this? Or
Rockstar didn't. Rockstar just said the same old, oh, did you have your fucking drivers updated? Which, nigga, of course I do. But when I look up YouTube tutorials, they're like, yeah, bro, you got to turn off your antivirus. You got to reinstall the game. You got to re-verify it, which it's 115 fucking gigabytes, bro. So that's like a few hours out of your day for every time you got to reinstall this shit. And this one nigga was like, yeah, bro, I was on Reddit. They were like, bro, if you go into your motherboard BIOS and go to a BIOS that's like 3 months older and use that, you'll be good. I'm like, I'm about to get my fucking money back, dog.
They have refunds?
Yeah, Epic Store. Well, so I got it on the Epic Store, so they do have refunds. So I'm probably about to
wait. So even though you got it on the Epic Store, they made you use the So it's not EGS. It's Rockstar that is fucking you over.
Well, so I thought that if I just got it on the Epic Store instead of getting it through Rockstar's launcher, no, nigga, downloading it on the Epic Store downloads the game and they download the game and the launcher. No. So like you basically launch it on Epic and they're like, okay, welcome to the Rockstar launcher, and I'm like, well, what the fuck did I just get it on this for? Like, it just doesn't work. I somehow got into game one time and it was fine. The performance wasn't as good as I wanted to. And I was like, okay, let me switch some settings and restart. And since that restart, I have not been into the game, bro. Like, I don't know what to do.
You know,
I honestly do not know what to do.
Just see it, bro. You hate
you know what this sounds like to me?
What does it sound like?
Steam propaganda. This man's just trying to prop up Steam. I knew it, man.
See, if it was on Steam.
This is
even if it was on Steam, they would probably pop up the launcher on them and be like,
that's exactly what they would do. Because
Ubisoft does the same shit. Yeah,
that's crazy. I'm glad all this slander isn't coming from me about Red Dead. It's coming from somebody else. Man. It's
a nice change of pace, you know.
Because people just swear this is the game of the generation.
You remember we got attacked for it.
Right.
I remember that shit.
It was crazy, bro.
It's wild because, like we were talking about Kojima, Rockstar is another one of those companies that seemingly can't do any wrong. but then like you don't even test your own launcher. You're like, yeah, I want to come out with my own launcher. You know, we're gonna bring out Red Dead 2 finally on it, but like you're not even prepared for this when it comes to the PC life. Like
It's an evil world.
Steam is here for a reason. Like regardless of how you feel about them now, they've proven that, you know, that their launcher actually works and that they can house these games. Yes, I understand you don't want to give Steam a cut, but again, there's a reason why they're there. So maybe you should have, you know, at least the Epic Game Store, because for now, like it seemed like they've been doing okay with their own.
For all the shit talking to give EGS, I've never had an issue with like the launcher launching my game.
Nope.
Not one.
Yeah,
I've always been able to
ran
play every
smoothly.
game.
It ran
Every time.
smoothly.
It doesn't interfere with my shit. It doesn't pop up all these fucking display shits when I'm playing my game. It just literally click a button, I play the game, it loads. And it does. I've never had one optimization issue with any game that was on EGS. Not
Right,
one.
and that's why I understand why people are so upset about it. Like it actually works. People are upset about you playing Origin, but like I've never seen people, you know, are ready to boycott a freaking launcher just because it comes out and they're getting one of your games that you really want to play and not Steam.
You know what's
The whole
crazy?
kill is that they still buy it.
Yeah. what's
Exactly.
cra-
Yeah.
Yeah, what's crazy about
It's
Rockstar is like they even started like to ease people in to download it by saying, "Hey, you'll get San Andreas for free if you download our browser or our launcher."
I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't want to play the old shit. I'm good,
Yeah,
bro.
so I
Like-
don't shit, but like everyone was like, "Ooh, okay," and then they all went and downloaded it. It was like, "Gotcha, bitch."
If it was any other company, the media would be all over them. I think I seen one article about Red Dead being unoptimized, so I didn't think it was actually that bad because I didn't see a lot of people going at them. But the way you're describing it, like Jesus.
It is like it's literally terrible. The funny thing is that Rockstar doesn't need their own launcher because if you click their store page, there are 8 games to buy. Like that's it. It's the classic GTA's, Bully, Red Dead,
Well, that's
LA
money.
Noire. And,
They don't want to cut 30%
I mean,
to Steam. That's
I
all
told
that
you.
is. That's
I
just
told
money.
you, that's
I
all.
feel
That's
that.
literally all it is. It come down to money.
it's
But
just-
in
it's fucking
exchange,
sad.
they're releasing a terrible product because with Steam, it requires a certain level of quality besides the shitty indie games. But like I feel like Steam would have took that shit off the fucking store and refunded
Steam will
everybody.
not let that happen.
Yeah, so that's it's kind of a safeguard. That's a shame that that's going on, but I mean they'll fix it in at least 5 years. So I mean there's that.
I ain't got that time, dog. Like I tried to. It hurt me even more because I took like a week break from streaming, and I was like, all right, tomorrow I'm gonna come back. This Red Dead's out. I'm about to play it on there, and I'm going through this shit of trying to get it to work on stream, and just like so fucking heartbroken, bro.
Nothing's
All
worse
I
than
wanna
when you
do is
forget
be
to
a
test a
fucking
game
cowboy, dog.
before you stream, and then you're like an
Oh,
idiot
yeah.
troubleshooting on the fucking stream.
Yeah.
I
Like,
can't get it. I always at least try to launch it one to get my settings correct before I get on Steam. I'm not trying to look like an idiot on Steam.
Yeah, I gotta stop giving these companies the benefit of the doubt because every time that's happened to me, that's because I didn't test the game beforehand. So I usually try to, but something I just forget, and I'll be like, it is what it is. So I mean, look out for that Red Dead port on PC. Chat, buy it at comment section. Buy it at your own risk. Death Stranding's whatever. I didn't get a chance to play this, but I know you did, Jay. What did you think about the new duos mode in Apex?
Yeah, so I'm here to tell everyone who's an Apex fan that duos is fucking lit. Like,
Thank God.
solo,
Oh wait, you're telling me team ones actually work with the game?
Yeah,
Wow.
four-man,
Like I've been
four-man.
saying.
Yes,
Wow.
we need 4-man next. Because
Yeah, get
duos
4-man.
works. Yeah, like solos, we all thought it was going to be okay, but ended up being a mess. But duos actually works. Like me and Siggy were running through it. I saw no problems at all. Like it really felt like it was, it was 3s out there, only it was 2 people. Like we made it work. We got our dub using it. I did it. I didn't find anything wrong. Like duos works perfectly. I don't see any balance issues, nothing like that. Solos was a whole nother monster. And with the way that the game is structured, solo just doesn't work. But duos works, and I know for sure. And I said this on Twitter too. I was like, if duos works, and I know that 4s will work for sure. Like it's no issue with duos at all. It's great.
You play Apex, Ira?
I literally just got into Apex like a month ago. I do like it. I didn't get a chance to play the duos part, but I can say that I was one of the dumbasses, I'm willing to admit, to be like, man, this game needs solos, and then I dropped solo and I was like, oh, this doesn't work. This just does not work at all.
At least you know that you're wrong. I've seen a lot of people fucking
Yeah.
defending that shit to death. I'm like, nah, this mode doesn't work.
Nah, you need a team in Apex. I'm glad to hear from you that the duos does work, because I saw about it, but I didn't get a chance to play it. So I might try that shit.
Is it still going right now?
I believe so. Yeah.
They might have to run it tonight then.
It's still going.
Yeah, so hopefully they listen and keep making it as like a permanent mode and then try out 4s and see what the community thinks. And then also this week, Nioh 2's open beta happened. Did anybody get a chance to play this?
Yes.
What'd you think, Ethos?
It's Nioh 1.5. Nah, it's actually Nioh 2.
All right.
I'm just kidding. No, it's actually Nioh 2. The game. First props. Yo, I don't know what's happening. I don't know if like there's been a burst of black developers in like game studios. This is another game just like Outer Worlds that actually has a character creator where you can make a legit black samurai. So shout outs to the Team Ninja. They actually made like the black characters you can make in that game are really dope. The character customization is really dope, which is a cool change because in first Nioh you could only play the white dude. What was his name? Jonathan. So now you can make your own custom character. The demo doesn't give you a lot of context story-wise, so you kind of don't know like why you have the ability to turn into a demon, you know, all that shit. Like they don't explain none of that shit. So it's just like an area, a little level of the map, and you can run through it. And then there's a boss at the end. There might be more but I haven't had the time to beat the boss. It's a fucking turret that can like jump on trees and shit. It's actually really cool boss. It's a very like fast mobile. Unfortunately, I'm kind of screwed because I'm so used to playing Sekiro and playing defensively and like countering and parrying and shit that like this game is more about like dodging and, you know, for the people who played it.
Standard Soul shit.
Yeah, using like dodging and changing your stances. So it's taking me a while to like relearn all the like switching stances, using your key to boost it so you can keep attacking. It's a more aggressive game than Sekiro. That's what I should say. It's more it's very aggressive. So like I'm kind of like trying to fix that. They added some new weapons into the game. There's like this scythe weapon, which is really dope. So new weapons, brand new skill tree. All the stuff that was in Nioh 1 is in the game. Except now you can turn into a demon. You have a demon form. And on top of that, you can now, with certain yokai that you kill, you can grab their souls and then you can, I guess, absorb their soul and then and like summon them and become them and use them in certain like scenarios. So basically what they did was they basically kept everything that was good about Nioh, and now they just added like a shitload more new mechanics on top of it and like new customization and stuff. So yeah, if you like, basically what I gathered was like, if you love Nioh 1, which I did, you'll love Nioh 2. If you hated Nioh 1, you're probably not gonna like Nioh 2.
But are you going to beat it?
Why are you gonna do that to me, dog? Come on, bro. That's the one game. That's the one. That's the one game.
These games once again.
No, shut your bitch ass up.
Oh no, man.
No, you can't talk.
I beat all the good games.
No. Shut up. No, I probably won't beat Nioh 1. I feel like it's too far gone. I told you I only stopped it because it was too easy. That's really the only reason why I stopped playing. But this one, I won't make that mistake. I will play it on a harder difficulty off for it.
Okay, I'm gonna be there for those streams. I want to see the lack of sanity.
Yeah.
What's the name?
When you beat Sekiro.
What? Yo, did you play this beta for Nioh 2?
Nah, I never played Nioh 1, so this one really really wasn't on my radar. But I might check it out.
Fair enough. All right, I didn't play this shit either. I wasn't gonna play it. Moving on to the news section of the podcast. Since last podcast, BlizzCon went down. A couple major announcements, the first of which being Overwatch 2. It was a lot of rumors that this game was coming, but they confirmed it. What's new in it? From what we've seen, it looks like there's 2 new characters. There's a story mode, some PvE, a new game mode, and then they updated the visuals. What is this doing for you, JG?
Not much, because I don't know. I'm just kind of like over Overwatch. You want them to free Hong Kong? Man, I'm not even trying to get into that, bro. We not doing that. But yeah, I'm just kind of like, man. I'm like, whatever. Like when Overwatch came out, like it was a big thing. But Overwatch 2, it's not really doing much for me right now. I will play it. I will definitely play it, but I don't think I'm gonna like get into it like I sort of kind of was for Overwatch before it got boring. I like that they added a story mode, because I remember when the first Overwatch came out, that was one of the main things everybody was complaining about. And now that they added it, everybody's like, whatever.
So I commend them for adding a story mode. I want to try to understand the characters in the world a little bit better. What I didn't,
like they missed the ball though, like for not putting in the first one.
Yeah, you could say that, but I think what annoyed me about this announcement is, I don't know if you heard them say, but they was like, we don't want to leave anybody in the community out. So anybody who owns Overwatch 1 can play Overwatch 2 with Overwatch 2 players on the same maps, like in multiplayer and shit. I'm like, what's the point of buying 2 then? Because although Overwatch 2 does have a story, realistically everybody's really buying it for the multiplayer. So I was a little confused by that. Like, what do you mean
no. So you got to rethink of it. Like, okay, this ain't a sequel. This is a expansion. I won't allow Blizzard. I won't allow Blizzard to fucking sell this shit as a new game. It's not. It's an expansion. I don't know why they're trying to like do like gym. I don't know. They're doing mental gymnastics trying to like justify why this is a sequel when literally like right to their left, their sister fucking World of Warcraft is announcing another expansion. I don't know why they're trying to like make it overly convoluted. Basically, supposed to work is the game will function the exact same it has always functioned. So all the new maps that they've been doing for the past 4 years, new maps, new heroes, all that shit in multiplayer will still be the same. There'll be no difference. You'll get new characters. The only difference is when Overwatch 2 drops, apparently a bunch of brand new heroes will drop simultaneously into the game. So it'll feel fresh like how Overwatch 1 did at launch. And then the only difference is if you pay, let's say $40, I'm going to assume that's the price. If you pay $40 for Overwatch 2, which is like a premium, all it does is gives you the PvE, the single player content. That's all it does. That stuff is exclusive to Overwatch 2. But if you don't buy that, which you don't, if you only care about playing the multiplayer of Overwatch, you don't have to pay a single penny. But if you were interested in a story mode, you have to pay for it. Which I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Like, yeah, it's new content. I'd imagine you'd have to pay for it. So.
And they got to drum some hype around this game because, I mean, the Overwatch League isn't doing the best these days. So, you know, Overwatch 2, bring the hype back. But I wouldn't be surprised if this was originally planned as an expansion, like you're kind of saying, and then they just decided to call it Overwatch 2 to try to drum up some hype for the game. The new characters, like, they didn't really reveal anything. Apparently the game was playable on the show floor. I asked Heaven what she thought because she was at BlizzCon, and she's a top 500 ranked player in the world. She's a sweat. She said that it felt really smooth and it felt really good. She liked it or whatever. So I mean, I guess you can take her word for it, but the story mode's cool, but other than that, I don't know what else to look forward to, because I don't know, they didn't show the new characters like that. Do y'all feel like they roll out the characters too slow?
A little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like it takes too long for new characters to come out. Like, they don't got to do it every month, but like maybe once every like 3 months or something like that. It feels like once every 6 months they drop a character or something, and it's like, what'd you think of Overwatch 2, Ira?
I mean, it kind of like I said, it's kind of just like a $60 PvE mode, right?
You don't want to play tug of war?
I don't. Nah, man. I kind of wish they would have just put like a story mode in Overwatch to begin with. I feel like they had this idea for PvE and they wanted to make it more hype than it should have been. So instead of just saying, oh, we're going to add like a new little side addition to Overwatch 1, they're just going to like, fuck it, new heroes and this new mode. And we'll just say it's Overwatch 2, because this does not feel like a sequel to me at all.
So would y'all have been more comfortable with them just straight up calling it an expansion, like Overwatch Seas or something, like some name to it, and then be like, it's like $20-$30?
Yeah, absolutely. They should have just done that.
Yeah. I feel like it's been enough time for where it would be a sequel, but they just don't have a sequel. So they're just like, okay, well, we can't just say it's an expansion because people are going to be like, oh, well, where the fuck is Overwatch 2 at? That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah,
they should have Taken King this shit. They should have just said just how like big Taken King was. They should just say it's like it's a big expansion that will change everything about the game and the world and stuff like that, and just pop it literally as like a huge ass expansion, make them spend like half the retail price and call it a day.
I mean, no one would be surprised if they called it an expansion.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know why,
especially in this live service era.
Yeah, who's gonna cry about you calling it an expansion compared to a sequel? Like nobody.
Expansions forever.
Yeah,
World of Warcraft. Like, come on now.
Who's complaining about that? Nobody.
I think it has to do with the Overwatch League because it isn't performing that well. So they just want to call it Overwatch 2 to get people excited to come back and watch professional Overwatch or whatever.
They could have just said Overwatch Season 2. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, true.
Or Overwatch Year 2, or Overwatch. Or I mean, they can't call it Year 2. Like Overwatch. I don't know, Rising, or I don't fucking know, something, bro.
Yeah, just some name to it. that gives context to the actual story, then it would have made a little bit more sense. But it was a little bit lackluster. I enjoyed more the cringe comps from BlizzCon than the actual announcements.
How bad was the protests?
From what because I was in a couple streams that went to BlizzCon, and I was asking them, so I was like, what was the protest like? All of them said the same thing. They was like, the media overhyped everything. They said it was maybe 20 to 30 people outside protesting for the Hong Kong shit, but the media picked it up and made it seem like they were just storming the halls and yeah, he's like, it's like they were there, but it was like, they were just kind of in a little corner.
Yarn. It was like
for the most part, people didn't care.
That's what I got out of it. Yeah.
Free my niggas in Hong Kong though.
Yeah.
Facts.
Free Hong Kong.
China's gonna censor us now.
Yeah, well, they can suck my dick.
Oops.
China.
Wait a minute.
What's the name? Other announcement they came from BlizzCon is they announced Diablo 4. I feel like this announcement was kind of lackluster too. Like nobody was really talking about it. Everybody was just kind of talking about Overwatch. And I guess people, I don't know if they're burned out after the Diablo. What happened to that Diablo mobile game? What was it, Diablo Legends or some shit?
Who knows? I don't even know if they took it to the back and killed it. Who knows? I haven't heard anything about it in a long time. But they announced Diablo 4, so everyone's like, "Oh, you're forgiven." Okay.
I don't. So what's new in this? They said there's 3 new classes: the Druid, the Sorcerer, and the Barbarian. Open world campaign. They're gonna have like a shared world in this, kind of like some Destiny stuff, where like people are gonna, while you're playing your single player, people are gonna be running around and you can choose to party up with them, or you don't have to party up with them. It'll still like share the XP, I think, or whatever. And then like more dungeons and PvP is back. It kind of just seems like Diablo 3 with a Destiny shared world, basically. Does anybody care about this game?
I don't, bro.
Nah, I'm good off this. I'm one of the few people, because I play mobile games, I believe Diablo actually would have worked well on mobile. There's a lot of Diablo clones on there, so I understood the business move, but whatever. You guys got it on PC. Other shit. EA abandons the Skate trademark, so people are now scared that Skate 4 will never come out. How we feeling about this, guys?
So little context to that.
Did you see the update?
What's the update?
The update that you posted. It said that
they still own 3 more. Yeah. They're still
okay,
like
this one just came out then, because
it's fake news. You can throw it away.
All right, we're throwing that away. All right, fake news on GI. Get that out of
They're
here.
still never making another Skate. I'm sorry, they're not.
No, they're never gonna do it.
They're just holding on to the trademark to be assholes, so nobody else can use it.
Pretty much.
Don't worry, guys. Session's coming. I think that's it's an open beta. I think on Steam and Xbox. I think. I've heard good things about it. So I mean, if you want a skateboarding game, try Session out. And then EA are bringing their games back to Steam. Why? What? Can we get some speculation? They didn't really. If you read the blog post, they were just like, we're bringing it back in a community, blah blah blah. But they didn't really explain why they're bringing it back. Can we get some speculation? Does anybody wonder why all of a sudden EA games are coming back to Steam?
So they can get some more money for the people that refuse to go to Origin.
Money? EA?
Yeah. Because the main reason why they're doing this is because they're allowing people who still want to play their games and who use Steam to use EA access. Now, I don't know how this is going to work, but this is what they're doing. They're allowing everyone to use EA access now. If you're on Steam, you don't have to be on Origin to participate in the subscription model.
Does this make y'all want to support EA more?
I mean,
no, I don't care, because the Origin is actually okay. Like I'm one of those people. Mine is, if the shit actually doesn't work like Rockstar, but Origin actually, it's okay. So like I never really tripped off of EA games not being on there.
Yeah, I've never really had a problem with Origin either. Although I've heard people, they be having issues, but I think that was more like early in the days. It seems like they've ironed out the kinks. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I guess that's the thing, EA, Steam, yeah, okay. This story is actually funny though. So Fallout First, for those of you unaware, that's the annual subscription service for Fallout 76. Bethesda said, instead of fixing our game, we're just gonna milk the few players left playing Fallout 76 by coming out with an annual service where you get like some coins and some other dumb shit. And it's caused segregation within the Fallout community, because now I don't know, there's some type of way where you can identify people in Fallout 76 who are using that service.
Oh, where they started committing genocide on them?
Apparently players are jumping people who support the Fallout First service. They're like players who don't have it. I think that's pretty funny. What's that doing for you, Jay?
Bro, when I saw the stories, I died laughing. Like they've literally created a political issue in the video game.
They're committing genocide, bro. This is crazy.
Oh, you support microtransactions? Jump them.
Right. It's hilarious. They was like, I can't enjoy myself because people are jumping me and they're constantly killing me. Like I've seen threads where they were like, all the Fallout First subscription people, they were like, let's build a community up in the mountains.
Private the server.
I was like, so you're making classism in the video game? Like, do you realize how dumb this is, bro? Like, it's the most hilarious thing in like a video game community that I've seen in a long time. Like, how could you be so dumb to participate in this model, and then you're getting upset because other people don't like it because you're supporting this terrible business model? Like, yeah, like, what else were they going to do? They're gonna mess with you. Like, what? I don't understand what you would have expected.
They're gaming terrorists.
If you have a big ass thing like on the top of your head that says that you're Fallout First subscription member, like, that's not a code of honor anymore.
It makes me wonder.
That you're getting.
It makes me wonder if they have like a Discord server specifically for like the Fallout 76 assassins, like whatever they call themselves. and they, all right, 8 p.m. tonight, we're gonna get on and we're gonna fuck those subscription people up, bro. Like that's like because they're not having a lot. They made their own fun. That's
imagine
great.
they buy the subscription, they log in, they're walking down the street, motherfuckers are hiding behind bushes and shit, and then they just jump them,
rob them of all their shit. You pay for this shit, pussy is mine.
you remember the fucking meme of the gang initiation? Fight back, nigga!
Like, divide and conquer. So shout out. It's a shame y'all are still playing this game, but shout out to the Fallout 76 community because that is great. We need more of that in gaming, bro. Beat people up.
Commit political violence. Go for it.
Bullying it back, bro.
And then also with the Fallout 76, apparently Bethesda they're so lazy they didn't even register their domain. What was it, falloutfirst.com or something like that?
Yeah, someone stole it.
Yeah, so one of the fans went and registered the domain and then created a Fallout 76 site shitting on Bethesda, bro. At what point do you think this company is gonna listen, boy? I don't know, man. This shit is great.
Y'all excited for Starfield?
Nah, I'm done with Bethesda games. I'll play it if I get it for free, but nope, they ain't getting my money. Fuck out of here, bro. Like I think let's talk about this. Is it to the point? Can we throw Bethesda in the same field as like Activision and EA and like Ubisoft?
Yes.
They've reached that. Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay. So it's no longer
at some points they're worse.
No longer the three-headed demon. It's the big four now.
Yeah.
We're gonna put them on the Mount Rushmore of bullshit in gaming. So shout out to Bethesda, you guys made it this podcast. And then last but not least, WWE 2K20 on the PS4, they're issuing refunds. I don't know if you guys seen the videos of all the glitches. 2K is 2K. Matter of fact, let's throw 2K on there. That's 5, the big 5, bro.
2K is more.
All these companies are shit, bro.
The 2K20 community for NBA is on fire right now. And then they dropped this WWE. I watched the videos. There was there was like people like spinning around the ring, like spazzing with like fucking aneurysms and shit. Like the game completely does not work, and the media was not really picking this one up like that. I'm like, yo, this is 2 broken games 2K released in 1 year. What are they doing at this company, bro? This shit is wild. How much these companies don't give a fuck, bro. So you got to support more games like the Outer Worlds. That's all.
Yeah.
Again, like we try to preach this a lot, but we really need to vote with our wallets. Like we're kind of in a different. I'm not going to say we're fully excused because we should be held accountable too. But a lot of times, like we play games just to give you all some feedback, like so you don't have to buy it. And again, for example, Death Stranding, because we're trying to figure out whether we like it or not. But like with these games that are going to be bad, with these companies that participate in all these bad business models, like please don't spend your money on it because they're never going to learn their lesson until you hurt their pockets. If they're not getting the same type of numbers that they got for their previous model, like just it's gonna definitely do something whenever they do their quarterly meetings. They're gonna get upset and they're gonna be like, all right, well maybe we should finally start making our games better and polish our games before they come out. So again, like don't be dummies. Don't just buy a game because your friend bought it. Don't buy something because you think it's gonna be good. Like please vote with your wallets, people. That's all we're trying to say. That's
Something
why we
like
like you.
Recently happened with Ghost Recon Breakpoint. That shit sold so bad that they like Ubisoft delayed like every game they were gonna put out for like the next year and a half. Because Watch Dogs and some other shit was supposed to come out, and they cited that since Breakpoint sold so badly that they're gonna like kind of go back to the drawing board with shit. So like that shit actually worked.
There you go.
Well, with your wallets. What was the story that you linked me about the PS5, JG? I forgot about this shit. I just opened it up.
Oh, so it wasn't really anything, but just to know, Sony is basically trying to get people on the PS5 as soon as possible. So what they were suggesting is like some of the games are going to get immediately ported over from the PS4 to the PS5 to try to incentivize people to go out and get a PS5 immediately. I don't think it's going to work, but this is what they are suggesting.
Okay. There you go. There you have it. That's all I got on my show notes. Do y'all got anything else y'all want to add to the conversation?
Fuck Rockstar.
For that.
It's been slow, man. Like I said, like the games are definitely coming out, but again, we had more of the conversation on the individual games rather than the story. So we'll see. Like I don't think, because it's going to be another like slow area until like we get to February and March. So we'll see if anything else like really comes up. But like again, like story wise, it's been pretty meh.
Yeah, I don't got nothing. What about you, Ethos?
No, that's it for me.
All right, well,
I gotta go get UPS, man.
You know it. All right, well, Iro, you the guest, so then you got the show floor. What's your closing statement for Gaming Illuminati episode 91? Go.
God damn. Well, first off, I appreciate y'all having me on here. I've been a big fan of GI for a long time, and it was good to chop it up with y'all for a second. Fuck Rockstar, like I already said. Other than that, if I could self-promo a little bit, make sure you follow me on my socials and shit. I kind of have a lot of shit. My youtube.com/iro, twitch.tv/iro_plays. I stream almost every night. What's the name? Be sure to check me out on SoundCloud, Apple Music, Spotify, all that shit. I'm
Spell Iro one more time for them so they know.
IRO. Yeah, IRO. No H, no John. Thank you. You gotta remind me because that's niggas be bugging on that, and it is not. I'm not Firelord Iro, but I'm just Iro. But yeah, make sure you stream my music, stream Killer, Rollin', My Boy, all that shit. Shout out to you guys because you guys are the fucking best. I love all your content. Don't let these hating ass things get you down in these comments. Yeah, what's up?
Big facts. Appreciate it. All right, Ethos, you got the floor. Closing statement for Gaming Illuminati episode 91. Go.
Shit, I didn't think of anything. Thanks for watching. If I hurt your feelings with anything that I said, I kindly offer you to go fuck yourself because I don't care. No, I'm just kidding. You're more than welcome to type your little paragraphs. I enjoy not reading them because I don't read comment sections anymore. But I do welcome you to come to my stream, twitch.tv/gamingethos, where I'm currently playing Death Stranding, and you can bitch to me there. Okay, cool.
All right, JG, closing statement for today's episode. Go.
Man, shout out to everybody that continues to support us, whether it's the podcast, our streams, YouTube, the Patreon. Most importantly, thank you all again. I hope that next year, because we're ramping up, we got one more month until we get to 2020. So, yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. But hopefully, GI can continue to get to bigger levels next year. All right.
Big facts. All I got to say for the end of this episode is #FireRonnie2K. All right. Thanks for everybody coming through to the Gaming Illuminati podcast. This has been episode 91. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to rate this show 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. That boosts us in the algorithm. That is the best way to help us grow. Support us on Patreon at patreon.com/GI updates if you want to be on an episode, a future one. Also, available iOS, Spotify, all that stuff, SoundCloud. And that's all I got to say. So, we'll see you guys on the next episode of the Game Illuminati podcast. Peace.